In our last video, we discussed some of the reasons why employees may not want to return to work. And as an employer, if you've taken all reasonable steps to ensure the safety of the workplace, really, and a person can't work from home, any mistakes would be going down as unauthorised absences and should be dealt with in the appropriate way. However, during the current crisis, we'd really advise employers to be as flexible as possible. If somebody can't return to work for a reason that is beyond their control, so for example childcare issues, we would advise having a discussion with that employee and agreeing to keep their role open for a certain period of time. Of course, the question is, how long should you keep a role open for? Communication with your employee is key again, and a valid reason for not being able to return to work. So for example, if it is a childcare issue, in Ireland at the moment, the creches are not due to fully reopen until the final phase, and even then with reduced numbers. So we would advise keeping roles open until at least that time. There could be some options that an employee would take parents' leave or parental leave at this time, and they may be able to get some supplementary income from welfare during that time if they're taking that type of leave. Of course, another question here is if the employment can go on without this worker. At the moment, a lot of companies might be bringing people back on reduced numbers because of the health and safety guidelines. So it might be okay to allocate those shifts accordingly. However, you might need to employ somebody to cover this worker, and in that case, it would be hiring someone on a temporary contract and not a permanent one. If you've agreed to keep your permanent employee's role open for a certain period of time, you really can't hire somebody on a temporary contract and make them permanent without your business being open to scrutiny in this regard. There could be potential for frustration of contract in these cases. So for example, if the duties of the role are impossible to be carried out or illegal, or if there's no longer a need for the contract. However, the threshold for frustration of contract in Ireland is extremely high, and we wouldn't advise relying on this. So as usual, if you have any questions on this or anything else, please contact us at info@insighthr.ie, and always please stay safe.